All right, Teach Like a Pirate by Dave Burgess is a powerful book on teaching and about passion and teaching in the classroom. Here's my summary and my thoughts on the book. Um, and again, passion is the name of the game in this book. You need to have a passion to be a great teacher. You need to have a passion for your content. You need to have a passion for teaching. You need to find your personal passions and motivation in the work. You don't have to have a passion for everything all the time, but you can find one of these passions in every single one of your lessons. And if you find that passion as a teacher, it's going to rub off on your students, and it's going to create enthusiasm and engagement in your classroom. So find things that you're interested in. Most teachers are lifelong learners. As you learn, share that with your students. Mix it into your classroom. Immersion. Teach with intensity. You know, anything that's worth doing is worth doing right. Don't be here in the classroom unmotivated, giving an average job. Get after it. Do the best you can. Look for teachable moments within the classroom. And don't worry so much about there's all this pressure of standardized testing, all this pressure with school grades, all that. Don't worry so much about that. Teach with intensity and passion, and the testing will take care of itself as long as your lessons are aligned to standard. Building rapport with students is so important. You have to get to know your students. You have to understand what engages them, what they're interested in. To do that, you really have to dig and learn and build conversations with them. You need to be completely honest and transparent with your students, and your enthusiasm should rub off to your students. The more enthusiastic you are, the more your students are going to have enthusiasm for your class. How do you get better as a teacher? By asking questions of yourself. You have to ask your question, how can I improve the lesson? How can I make the lesson more engaging? How can I teach it more effectively? How can I make the classroom more fun? And then give yourself honest feedback as time goes on, and you're going to improve. And as you improve, you're going to have more joy in your teaching, and it's going to rub off with your students. How do you transform yourself? How do you transform your students? Look for transformative experiences you can give to your students. Experiences that will evoke emotion in your students, whether they be happy, sad, contemplative, however it may be. Be as creative as possible. How can you get the students on the move? How can you set up your classroom in a unique way? How can you immerse your students in your content? Do you have any lessons you could sell tickets for? Are there lessons or activities that your students would actually show up for if they didn't have to be there? Would you be teaching to an empty classroom if the students didn't have to be there? These are questions you need to ask yourself, and you're looking for to build lessons that really engage the students so much that they are entertained, they want to be there. Commit to being on each and every day as a student. Even when you're not, when things are going wrong, act as if until it rubs off on you. You want to be fired up each and every day. You want to show that passion, that enthusiasm, and it's going to rub off on your students and make your class so much more successful. Entertainment and storytelling. Think of yourself as an educational entertainer. Teach Like a Pirate system says you're going to entertain your students. You're going to tell stories. You're going to use humor. You're going to give students choices. You're going to teach the students smooth transitions so you can get to your content even faster. You're going to use music and sound and visuals and travel and field trips, anything you can to make your class more entertaining and stand out above the rest. And those hooks are what hook your students into your content. How do you get that wow factor? How do you learn what engages them? You think about them, you talk to them, and then you use things that engage them to hook them into the content. Suspense and surprise always works. Sell your lessons. Tomorrow, tell the class, tomorrow is going to be the most amazing lesson. Now you have to deliver after that. You have to deliver an interesting and amazing lesson. But you really want to build your class up and build enthusiasm for your class. One of the ways to engage students is to introduce movement. Can you have them move to different parts of the room to give polls? Can you move them outside for a little bit? Can they travel and do their content throughout the classroom? Can they use the halls to do their content? Are there ways that you can engage movement in the classroom? Art is another great way that engages some students. Can you use music? Can you use images? Can you use creative projects? Can you use dance and drama and costumes and acting? in your lessons. So if you can incorporate movement, art, something, the real world's another one. These are things you're looking to incorporate in your lessons to build engagement. Teach Like a Pirate's all about engagement. Can the students apply what they're doing in the real world? Is what they're doing necessary in the real world? Maybe they're building something that can be used in the real world. Maybe they're writing letters to a politician or a mayor that are going, or maybe they're helping someone in the community in the real world. Can what they're doing apply to the new world? Can you integrate some of the students' hobbies or your own hobbies into the classroom and build that passion, interest, and engagement that way? Your speech to your students each and every day is so important. You have to use passion in direct instruction, humor, emotion, questioning. You want those questions that the students are answering in their heads constantly. Other things that can add engagement, incorporate food, going outside, contests, challenges. Give the students challenges. Oh, there's no way you can do this. And then see if they can prove you wrong. Contests, building things, all these type of things, so critical to adding engagement in the classroom. The question we all have to ask ourselves as teachers is, do we really want to be great? Are we willing to do what it takes to be great? And most people aren't. But if you want to be great, when in doubt, just take action. Keep pushing forward. Try new things. And don't be afraid of failure as a teacher in the classroom. Just learn from it and keep improving. You're going to see pushback as you do different, more creative things than your other teachers in your building. But find some people that are positive and will work with you, and work with them. And don't worry about the people that the teachers that are not supportive. Look to do new and interesting and entertaining things in the classroom, and take action, and don't be afraid to fail, and you will improve, and you will become greater and greater as a teacher. In summary, Teach Like a Pirate by Dave Burgess is a powerful book on student engagement and teacher passion in the classroom. It's definitely a piece of the teaching puzzle when combined with other techniques in learning, and I think it's done a lot for me personally, and I think it can do a lot for a lot of teachers. I hope this summary was helpful.